Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Mahe Ramadh'an Reflections, Part 19. A selected translation of Ayatollah Misbah Yazdi's commentary on Dua al-Iftitah. Being heedless of the Imam of the time, peace be upon him. We normally do not feel deprived by the concealment of the Imam of our time, and that we are deprived of meeting him. We need food and water, which is available, and we ask our religious issues from scholars and mujtahids as well. Considering this, what need do we have for the Imam of the time, peace be upon him? Why don't we feel deprived? Why are we not worried because of his hiddenness and ghaibah? The reason for this is our heedlessness and our weak faith. Not that we really do not need him. We need him, but we do not perceive this need. We are not aware of the calamity that we are suffering, a calamity that we have created for ourselves with our own hands. The inappropriate behavior and ungratefulness of the people toward the existence of the pure Imams, peace be upon them, are the source of the concealment of the Imam of the time from our eyes. Are the differences that can be seen in every corner of the Islamic society not a calamity? The Holy Quran states that one of the greatest calamities that God sends upon people is the emergence of differences and divisions between them. قُلْ هُوَ الْقَادِرُ عَلَىٰ أَنْ يَبْعَثَ عَلَيْكُمْ عَذَابًا مِّن فَوْقِكُمْ أَوْ مِن تَحْتِ أَرْجُلِكُمْ أَوْ يَلْبِسَكُمْ شِيَعًا وَيُذِيقَ بَعْضَكُمْ بَأْسَ بَعْضٍ. Say, he is able to send upon you a punishment from above you or from under your feet, or confound you as hostile factions and make you taste one another's violence. It is clearly evident today that people's hearts are disconnected and their ideas, attitudes, and methods are different. Clearly, these differences and groups all arise from the concealment of Imam Zaman, peace be upon him. In the blessed month of Ramadan, when we want to have a conversation with and supplication to God, we should recite these sentences of Dua al-Iftitah and express sorrow and concern that we are in the time of his concealment and deprived of meeting him. It is befitting that we recite these sentences of the supplication honestly and reflect a little regarding the great blessings his existence has for us, and what plights and difficulties we are suffering now that we have been deprived of this great blessing of his presence. That we do not know how to act in a way that would lead to God the Almighty's pleasure and the Imam of the time, peace be upon him, is itself a great difficulty for us. Of course, God has paved the way for us by sending the book, the Quran, and the prophets and infallible Imams, peace be upon them, and bestowing upon us the power of reason and reflection, and if we look carefully, we will see that we can choose the right path to a great extent in all instances of differences and division, and choose that which leads to the pleasure of God and the Imam Zaman, but at the same time, we are deprived of very great grace. No denomination and school of thought is alienated as the Shiites. All schools of thoughts and attitudes are either dependent on the East or the West. Among these, it is only the Shiites who love their leader and master and are waiting for his reappearance. Now we must see what actions does Imam Zaman like and what kind of behavior he wants from us. One of our beliefs is that Imam is aware of the actions of the people, especially his Shia. In our narrative books, we have a chapter titled The Chapter of Presenting Actions. Many narrations have been collected in this chapter, and their content communicates that the Imam is informed of actions of the believers weekly, and according to some narrations, daily. And on the night of destiny, the destinies of all people are presented to the Imam. The Imam is the means of grace between God and creation, and divine grace reaches people through the channel of the Imam. Will his heart not be saddened when he learns of our actions? We must do something that when he sees our record of deeds, he becomes happy. Not that, God forbid, he says that I do not want such a follower. We do not perform many of the acts that please him, and we know that if we perform them, he would be happy and bestow more favor upon us. However, we neglect them because they are not compatible with our desires. None of us doubts that the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him and his household, and the Imams, peace be upon them, have come to protect religion and the laws of God. All their efforts were solely to invite people to the servitude of God and bring them close to him. Similarly, none of us doubts that whatever leads to the protection of religion and divine laws also pleases Imam Zaman, and that which leads to the estrangement of the people from the religion of God and the distortion of religion, Islamic beliefs, and laws of God causes his displeasure and anger. Do we doubt these realities? Do we doubt that which leads to the desertion of the traditions of the Prophet, peace be upon him and his household, or the misinterpretation of divine signs, worries the Imam? Do we doubt that those who prepare the grounds for the weakening of the religion and beliefs of the people are abhorred by him? Do we not know it is a sin if we say that so-and-so rule must be changed? It doesn't apply today. It was related to a specific time, and etc. And in this way weaken the faith of the people in the fixedness of divine laws?